The French Revolution, an era of radical political and societal change in France, began with the outcry, "Let them eat cake." Yet, this infamous phrase, often attributed to Marie Antoinette, is widely misunderstood. Indeed, there's no solid historical evidence that the Queen ever uttered these words. But let's not allow this misconception to overshadow the very real economic hardships that fueled the revolutionary fervor. France, on the eve of the revolution, was a nation crippled by debt, high bread prices, and widespread famine. The majority of the French populace, the Third Estate, was burdened with heavy taxes, while the First and Second Estates, the clergy and the nobility, enjoyed immense privileges. This glaring social inequality, coupled with the widespread hunger, created a powder keg of discontent. And so, it was not so much the Queen's alleged indifference, but the reality of hunger and injustice that ignited the spark of revolution. This societal unrest set the stage for a revolution that would forever change France and the world. In the midst of the revolution, the Reign of Terror seized France, a period marked by mass executions of enemies of the revolution. The Reign of Terror, spanning from June 1793 to July 1794, was a time of radical political and social change in France. Radical factions, fueled by fear and suspicion, rose to power. The Jacobins, led by the charismatic and cunning Maximilien Robespierre, dominated these factions. Their unwavering belief in the Republic and their relentless pursuit of those they deemed counter-revolutionaries would shape this terrifying period. The Committee of Public Safety was established as the de facto government, with an iron grip on France, and Robespierre at its helm. This committee was responsible for protecting the newly formed republic from foreign attacks and internal rebellion. It was this committee that sanctioned the use of the guillotine, a symbol of equality in death, as the primary means of execution. The guillotine, with its chilling efficiency, became the instrument of the Reign of Terror. It was an embodiment of the radical Enlightenment ideals of the revolution. It was seen as a humane method of execution, eliminating social distinctions in death, just as the revolution sought to do in life. Among its many victims was Louis XVI himself. Once the ruler of France, he met his end at the guillotine in January 1793, marking a significant turning point in the revolution. His execution symbolized the end of monarchy and the rise of the radical republic. Robespierre, the architect of the Reign of Terror, also met his end at the guillotine. His execution in July 1794 marked the fall of the Reign of Terror. The same instrument of justice he had wielded so ruthlessly was turned on him, marking the end of this bloody chapter in French history. The Reign of Terror, while brutal, was a pivotal period in the French Revolution, leading to significant political changes. The Reign of Terror, with its radicalism and violence, was a testament to the power of fear and the lengths people will go to protect their newfound freedom. As the terror subsided, a new power emerged: Napoleon Bonaparte. A man of humble beginnings, Napoleon rose through the ranks, distinguishing himself as a formidable military leader. His quick wit, strategic brilliance, and undeniable charisma propelled him to the forefront of French politics. After the fall of the Directory, a five-man governing body that proved ineffective in handling the chaos of post-revolution France, Napoleon seized the opportunity to establish his own rule. He staged a coup d'état in late 1899, leading to the formation of the consulate with Napoleon as its first consul. This marked a significant shift in France's political landscape. But Napoleon's ambition didn't end there. In the year 1804, he crowned himself the first emperor of France, signaling a return to monarchical rule, albeit under a different guise. Napoleon's reign was not without controversy. He was a dictator, yes, but also a reformer. His administration brought stability back to France following the tumultuous years of the Revolution. One of his most notable contributions was the introduction of the Napoleonic Code, a comprehensive legal framework that replaced the patchwork of laws previously in place. The Code, with its emphasis on civil liberties and equality before the law, had a profound influence on legal systems worldwide. Napoleon's reign, although controversial, played a crucial role in shaping modern France. The French Revolution, marked by bloodshed and political upheaval, had profound and lasting effects. This seismic event, a beacon of rebellion and change, rippled across the globe, shaping nations and ideologies in its wake. Let's first consider the spread of nationalism. The French Revolution was the crucible where the concept of the nation-state was forged. It replaced the old feudal loyalties with a new kind of allegiance, one to the nation. This idea, this sense of shared identity and purpose, would later echo in the hearts of people from Italy to India, sparking movements for national unification and independence. Next, we should look at the rise of modern political ideologies. The revolution was nothing less than a grand experiment in democracy, a bold attempt to create a society based on the principles of liberty, equality, and fraternity. It gave birth to a political landscape where the left, the right, and the center held meaning. And these divisions, these ideological fissures, continue to define our politics today. We must also acknowledge the revolution's influence on future upheavals. The storming of the Bastille, the Reign of Terror, the Rise of Napoleon. These events were not just chapters in French history. They were lessons, cautionary tales for those who would seek to remake their own societies. And so, the echoes of the French Revolution can be heard in the American Civil War, the Russian Revolution, even the Arab Spring. Turning to societal changes, we see the end of feudalism. The revolution dismantled the old social order, a system where birthright determined one's fate. In its place, it established a society where merit, not lineage, was the currency of success. This shift, this democratization of opportunity, forever changed the social fabric of France and beyond. Then came the rise of secularism. The revolution challenged the church's authority, severing the ties between religion and state. This secularization of politics, this focus on earthly matters, marked a turning point in the relationship between faith and governance. Lastly, we must mention the establishment of legal equality. The revolution saw the birth of the notion that all citizens, regardless of their station, were equal in the eyes of the law. This principle, this radical idea, would become a cornerstone of modern democracies. The French Revolution, a tumultuous decade in history, left an indelible mark on the world, shaping political and societal structures we still see today.